Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about transformations, and we are going to be guided by the questions that we are having. So in this question we are given that there is a curve whose equation is y is equal to x squared, which undergoes in succession the following transformations. The first transformation is a translation of magnitude 3 units in the x-axis. So what you have to understand, these are the key notes that we have to take note of. 1. If there is a translation, of a units in the x-axis, you have to take note that if that a is positive, meaning to say if that a is greater than 0, it therefore means that our graph is shifting to the right. And once the graph is shifting to the right, it therefore means wherever there is x, we are going to substitute by x minus a, as long as the shift is to the right. Then, if the a is less than 0, it means our graph is going to the left. And we are going to substitute wherever there is x in the original function by x plus a. Then, number 2, from the transformations we have a scaling parallel to y-axis, a scaling parallel to y-axis by factor of 2. So here we can just use by factor of b. What it simply means, if the scaling or if the stretch is parallel to the y-axis, or if the shrinking is parallel to the y-axis by a given scale factor, in this case which we are saying b, it therefore means that we have to multiply the entire function by the scale factor. Then, lastly, from there you are given a translation of magnitude let's say b. Let's use another letter, magnitude c in the y-axis. So we have to understand that if your a is greater than 0, it therefore means that your graph is going up by the number of units, and you have to add the number of units to the entire function. And if the c, not a, in this case we are talking of c, if the c is less than 0, it means your graph is going down. Therefore, you have to subtract the number of units is going by down to the entire function. So to answer the question that we are having in this case, therefore means that from the graph that we are having, which is this one, once the first step is happening, it therefore means we are going, since we are toward a translation of magnitude 3 units in the x-axis, it simply means we are going to substitute where there is x by x minus 3, because our graph has been shifted 3 units to the right. Then the scaling parallel to the y-axis by scale factor 2, it means we now have to multiply everything that will be having by 2. Then the last part is a translation of magnitude 5 units in the y-axis. It means we have to add 5. Here we said we multiply 2 to everything that will be having. Then here we add 5 to everything that will be having. You have to take note that the sequence of these transformations must be followed. So it means our resulting function will be y equal to, where there is x, it's gonna be x minus 3 squared then we multiply by 2 since there is a scaling to everything that we have here. You come multiply it by 2. Then you are told after those two transformations have been done, there is also a third transformation of shifting it 5 units up. So you are going to say plus 5. Then to get the resulting, this is the resulting, but you can give it in expanded form. So it means the y will be equal to 2 expansion of that. It's gonna be x squared minus 6x plus 9. Then plus our 5, which it will be equal to this by this 2x squared minus this by this, it becomes 12x. This by this, it becomes plus 18 plus 5. So the final answer is the resulting function. It's y equal to 2x squared minus 12x plus 23. This is for, then we are moving on to part B. We are moving on to part B. On part B, unlike in part A, whereby we start the sequence from first, second, third, in part B, we are supposed to start from C, then go to B, then go to A. But we have to take note that since we are coming from the final equation, we want to go back to the initial equation. We'll be doing the reverse of what was happening in this sequence to arrive here. So if you check, we are going to first get equation 1. Let's say y1. Y1, we will get y1 after just doing the reverse of what had happened. At C here, we have moved the curve 5 units up. So for us to go back to where we started from, it means we have to move the curve 5 units down. So it therefore means that we have to subtract a 5. So it means for us to go there, we start from the final equation there. So our y1 will be equal to 5x minus 11 all over x minus 3. Then you have to make sure that you subtract 5. So if we are to simplify this, let us simplify this. So it means here our 5, we can take it as 5 over 1 so as to simplify our fraction. To subtract fractions, we know we are going to multiply this numerator by this denominator to get 5x minus 11. This is going to be multiplied by this 1, which is the denominator here. Then we take this numerator minus 5. It multiplies this denominator, which is x minus 3, all over the product of these denominators, which is 1 and x minus 3. Then we simplify. This is going to give us 5x minus 11 minus 5x plus 15 all over the product. There is going to be x minus 3. So this 5x and this 5x will subtract each other. So it means our equation after taking out the last transformation will be equal to minus 11 plus 4 will be equal to minus 11 plus 15, 4 over x minus 3. Then we are done with dealing with the first transformation. Then let us go to the equation 2. That is after we take off this second transformation of B. If you check to get here, we multiplied whatever we got from the first by 2. But when we do the reverse, we have to divide what we have here by 2 or multiplying by half. Because you have to know that multiplying by a number is as good as dividing by a reciprocal, or we are saying dividing by any number is as good as multiplying by a reciprocal. So it means, to take off that, it means our 4 over x minus 3 gonna be multiplied by a half. We do the reverse of here. We multiplied by 2, then it means to do the opposite, we divide by 2, but the division by 2 is the same as multiplying by half. Then when you simplify here, this 2 here, this 2 here, so it means our y2 will be equal to 2 over x minus 3. Then our y3, which will represent the original equation where we started from. It therefore means here we have shifted our graph 3 units to the right. So it means to go to the original, we have to do the opposite. We have to move 3 units to the left, meaning to say when we are moving to the left, so it means we are going to substitute x plus 3 wherever there is x. Here we multiplied by half wherever there is x, meaning to say that will be equal to 2 over wherever there is x, we are going to put x plus 3, then minus 3. So it therefore means that the initial graph, which is asked, determine the equation of the curve before the 3 transformations were effected. So the original graph is therefore represented by y equal to 2 over x and at a time. Thank you very